What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. Today, I'm here with the mid-year freakout tag. Let's get it.
Favorite reader, that's who you are. Traveling near, traveling far. Through every chapter, you're the star. Favorite reader, that's who you are.
Let's see. This is from my bookshop.org wish list. And I told y'all, once I get a notification that a book from my registry shipped, I don't look at it. So I don't know what the book is. We're going to see. Okay. Oh, I didn't know it was a size. Oh, in June, I read When Trees Testify by Veranda Montgomery. And somebody told me that she had another book, Lessons from Plants. And I said, I'm definitely going to get it and check it out. Somebody sent it to me. I like the size of it. Look. Let's see. Let's see if there's a note. It's not always a note, but it might be. I don't know who sent it. If you want to remain anonymous, let me know, but I will read this. I love this. I enjoyed your review of When Trees Testify in the tour of your garden. This book is a perfect companion. Thank you. I can't wait to read this. I cannot wait to read it. Ooh. Bare ground, pioneer plants, second wave plants. Okay, annuals, perennial shrubs, trees. Oh, I can't wait. Here's a quote. Our capacity and willingness to make good choices and sound decisions is not hardwired in our genes. It's a learned skill, and plants can be great teachers. That's by Monica Gagliano. I agree. I agree with that. Gardening is a great teacher. I can't wait to get into this. This is jumping up my list. Oh, love this. Thank you so much. If you want to remain anonymous, just know I'm truly grateful. But if you want me to know who you are, let me know in the comments. Okay. Back to the video. Okay, so this is my second year doing this. I actually rewatched my one last year to see like what kind of answers I gave or what books I talked about. It was kind of cool to see like where I was this time last year. Let's just jump into it. I will have the questions in the description box below. And the reason I'm looking off to the side is my computer is here with the questions. So... Oh, and another thing, to avoid having one book fill 5 spaces, because technically one of these books could fill multiple prompts. So to avoid doing that, I only use one book for one prompt. But there's a book on here, and when I get to it, you're going to know that could have went from multiple questions. But okay, so question 1 is the best book you've read so far. If you've seen any of my videos, you probably already know. Hands down, it wasn't even a hard decision. Not even close. That is The Most Secret Memory of Men by Mohammed Sar. This book right here, when I read it earlier this year, I said this is the best book I've read up until this point. And it's the best book I read this year, and that was then, and it's still true now. What I can say though, since then, since I've said this and people have actually read it, like based on my recommendation, I've gotten, let me be fair. Actually, I took a tally. I got 6 people who told me that they read it after seeing my review. And 3 of the 6 said that they really liked it. And the other 3 said it was complicated and hard to understand. So there's that. They didn't say it was bad, but they said it was complicated. And while I was reading it, I didn't get that at first. Like I was so immersed in this book. I just wasn't, I didn't take it as complicated. I didn't think too much about it. I was just so into it. And then I went back and thought about like what they meant by that. And I can see where it can be like confusing at times and probably complicated and hard to like grasp because you really got to focus. I think I was just so locked in. It didn't even dawn on me. I was knee deep in this book, knee deep. And I'm just counting down the time until I'm like, when I get a break in my reading space, I'm coming back to this. I don't want to do it too soon, but I'm coming back. Best book I read this year, hands down, hands down. And this is the one that I said could potentially answer a few of these questions, but I'm trying to give space for the other books. So, best book I read of 2026. Next, the best sequel you've read so far. I only read one sequel, so this wasn't hard. I only read one sequel this year. And that's Paralandra by C.S. Lewis. This is in the Ransom series, aka the Space Trilogy. I enjoyed this. I read it earlier this year. And Paralandra was the only sequel I read so far, but it was also my favorite one out of these. Paralandra was my favorite one out of these three. It's the one that I keep thinking about. So yeah. Yeah, this is interesting, sci-fi-ish, fantasy-ish. It's written by C.S. Lewis, which I hadn't read many of his fiction works besides the Chronicles of Narnia years ago. So I was excited to get into this, and I really did enjoy it. So yeah, that was the best sequel that I've read all year. Okay, where I'm gonna stack this? Okay. Next, we have a new release you haven't read yet but want to. I actually just checked it out from the library. That's Galen or Gallon. I think I'm going to say Galen. Galen by Walter Mosley. The only thing I know about this book, it just came out, and I know it has something to do with romance, something to do with like mismatched parents and black love. I don't know. I don't know nothing else about it, but that was enough for me. So I got it from the library. And what does it do? Because I really want to read it before I have to return it. July 15th. We'll see. I want to read it, but we will see, because I don't know what that time is going to look like. I told you I got a house full of kids. I don't know what that time is going to look like. The summer get kind of hectic. But I do actually really want to read this, A Romance in Black. I've heard great reviews about it. I haven't seen a single review that wasn't top tier for this. Okay. Then we have most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Yes, let me get my phone so I can read it. That is The Housemaid by Emma Darko. And this is the reason why I'm going to read it, but I'll put it up on the screen. I saw somebody post the first page of it, like the first little paragraph, and that was enough. I was sold. Let's see. This is what it says. Chapter 1. In Ghana, if you come into the world a she, acquire the habit of praying and master it, because you will need it desperately as old age pursues you and Mother Nature's hand approaches you with the wry smile, paint and brush at the ready to daub you with wrinkles. Yeah, I said, that's it. I'm going to get that. So yeah, that comes out in December, and I will be getting it when it comes out. I've never read a book by this author before. I'm excited. Next, we have the biggest disappointment of the year so far. This one, I had 3 choices, but I think I'm going to go with... which one do I want to go with? Because I'm choosing right now on the fly. I think I'm going to go with Orbital. And I'll put that up on the screen because I just wanted more from that book. I think I was excited when I got it from the library for cheap. I think I got it for like $1 or $2. And I was excited because I saw so many good reviews. I kind of knew the premise, what it was about, but I just felt like I wanted more big picture ideas in that book. I didn't think I got enough of the actual people that were in space. I didn't get enough of like their family and the surrounding things. I didn't even get enough of them like together, like the actual astronauts or the people that were in the space capsule together. I didn't get enough of that either. I got beautiful descriptions of what Earth looked like from space and like surface level kind of ideas of what it was like to be in orbit. But I wanted more from it. So I think that was the biggest disappointment because I actually went in expecting a lot more. Okay. Next, we have the biggest surprise of the year. That one is definitely Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. This was my biggest surprise of the year. Not because I didn't think I was going to like it, but because I've thought about it consistently since I've read it. Like, I liked it when I read it, and I went in thinking like, yeah, I think I like this. But I've been like, every few weeks or days of like increments of time, I'm thinking about the characters in this book or a scene or like something that's making me want to watch the TV series because I haven't watched it. So I think I'm surprised by how this story has like stuck with me over the months. I'm thinking about Cal, I'm thinking about Elmira. Yeah, I'm thinking about all these characters and the scenes and the situations and what's going on. And that's what surprised me. I thought I would like it, but I didn't think it would be that lasting. I thought it would just be something I like, close the book, put down, maybe talk about it if somebody asks me. But I've been thinking about this book and recommending it more than I thought I would. The next question is favorite new author, debut or new to you? Hands down, I didn't have to think too hard about this. It could have been Most Secret Memory of Men's author, which is Mohammed Umbagar Sar, but I chose J. California Cooper, who wrote Family. This was an amazing book, and obviously she's not a new author, but I never read a book by her before. I have plenty, and I never read another one before. I will be reading more from this author because I just love the way this story was told. I loved the way this story was told, how it unfolded, the writing style, what the perspective was, how much it made me like really sit and think about what was going on in the book. So much. Yeah, okay. Next, we have new fictional crush. I don't have one. So moving to the next one. Newest favorite character. Do I have this book? I don't know what a book is, but I just recently read Go Tell It on a Mountain by James Baldwin. And the aunt in that book was my favorite character. Yeah, she was my favorite character. She just had this spunk with her. She wasn't perfect, but she wasn't tolerating her brother's nonsense. She was just like, I felt like she was such a real person. Like I met this lady before and many people that I've met, like she like my auntie for real. That's what it came across as. And I wanted to be like, yeah, she ain't wrong. She right. So she has been my favorite new fictional character. Next, number 10, a book that made you cry. So for this one, no, I haven't cried while reading a book so far this year, but because I did want to still fulfill the prompt, this book sparked, like it started, like it had a domino effect, and I started journaling and thinking about other stuff, which led to me crying. So it wasn't necessarily the book, but it was like what it made me face head on. And that is The Water Bearers by Sacha Bonet. Just a beautiful book about family and motherhood and sisterhood and womanhood and generations and dealing with stuff head on and trauma and healing and everything. This is a therapy session. So yeah, great book. And I'm still mad I ripped it as soon as I got it out the box. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, definitely I have a review of this. So yeah. Okay, next, we almost done. The book that made you happy. Oh, this one was easy to pick too. That is The Westing Game by Ellen Raskin. I've read this book before. I read it when I was a kid, but I have a book club with my sons, and this was the pick in one of the earlier months of the year. So I was able to re-experience it with them. And the way that we read this was so engaging and fun. Like we were going back and forth, checking in. I got to see him go through the motions that I went through when I first read it. And I got to like just interact. It was such a fun book to read with him. Like my oldest son, my youngest son, he only show up for the snacks right now. But it was such a good book to read. We were so excited, and to see like how his little mind worked in a way that I felt like my little mind was working. So I was so happy reading this with him and talking to him about it, and just it was such a good experience. Like this was so good. I loved reading this with him. So the book made me happy because it sparked just great conversation, good time spent together. I was so like giddy and excited, and I got to just like time travel almost back to when I was a kid. So definitely The Westing Game. Okay, most beautiful book you've bought so far this year or received. Hands down, That is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. This book, the cover is like hand painted and it's textured and it's just so pretty. It's got sprayed edges that's pink and it's artwork throughout it, and they got and they got quotes that's popping out that's on a full page spread. The book is actually gorgeous. I don't know what the story like. I ain't ready yet, but this is the prettiest book I think that I've bought all year. Okay, and lastly, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? I only chose one. I have that cart is all the books that I'm going to read. But I did pick this one because I've been recommended this book 10, 20 times and I haven't picked it up yet. It's prompted me to buy it, but I haven't read it yet. So I'm going to read this before the end of the year. That's How to Save Babylon by Sophia Sinclair. I mean, so many people have literally said they think I would love this book. I said, you know what? I read the synopsis. I thought I would. And I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it this year because I feel like y'all know what I like. You know what you like. And so many people have said this was impactful. I can't wait to see. I cannot wait. So yeah, that's it. 13 questions. I'll put them in the description below. I like doing these like mid-year reviews or mid-year like tags because I just want to see like where I am by the middle of the year. And then when I do my end of year review, I want to see, can the Most Secret Memory of Men stay my number one all year? We shall see. We shall see. If you did a mid-year tag, let me know in the comments so I can go to your page. I have been trying to like keep up with people's that I see, but just in case I missed you, let me know. And yeah, that's it, y'all. Catch y'all on the next one.
Pages turning soft as silk, stories flowing like warm milk. A journey starts with every line, worlds unfolding in your mind. Bookmarks falling where dreams collide. Every cover's got a tale inside. Favorite read.